think we overhyping this victory, you know, in a sense where nobody picked Xander to win. Defense, reflexes, all that, you know. But the only thing that I can say is I'm 10 steps ahead of him. Like I'm 10 steps ahead of him in smarts. And I think, you know, that's where he'd get in trouble with, you know, coming straight forward, you know, trying to box me or trying to, you know.
Terence "Bud" Crawford just put Jaron "Boots" Ennis on blast. Boots called him out after a huge win, but Crawford's message feels simple. He doesn't believe Boots could ever beat him. This isn't just about a fight, it's about a shifting of power in boxing, and the silent truth behind Crawford's actions will shock you by the end. Bud believes he's 10 steps ahead of Boots.
Know when to exchange, when not to exchange. You know, when to move, when to hold. Like if you watched when he got real hurt, real bad, he didn't know when to hold. You know, and
Boots Ennis just stopped Xander Zayas, looking incredibly confident. He talked like he was ready for anyone: Crawford, Virgil Ortiz, Fondura, or any other big name at 154 pounds. But Crawford's reaction completely changed the mood. Instead of giving Boots full credit, Bud just laughed it off.
One thing in mind, you know, I don't think no one picked Xander to win.
No.
You know, and I love Xander, and he's a great kid, you know, but no one, like, I think we overhyping this victory, you know, in a sense where nobody picked Xander to win. Everybody was kind of like, okay, he's in over his head, and it's a matter of time before Boots catch him and end the fight. But what round will it be?
Right.
Now, I think it's going to be different when he goes up against a Fondura or a Virgil, because if one of those guys get him hurt like Xander did, I don't think it's going to be.
Crawford acted like he saw something in that Zayas fight that fans were totally ignoring. You might think Boots looked dangerous, strong, and explosive. And he did. But he also got touched in some spots.
Like I said, man, of course, everybody know the competitive nature in myself, but I don't worry about coming back to prove anything, because me coming back and proving something to people that it doesn't matter, what never matters. You know, for that being, they would say, oh, well, he only fought Xander, or they'll come up with some type of excuse, you know, but to credit Boots, like, he's a tremendous talent and he's no walk in the park for no one, you know, so he's a threat to anyone that he stepped foot in the ring with.
Crawford's team is using those specific moments as proof. They're saying Ennis is simply not ready for a fighter with Bud's timing, patience, and ring IQ. Look, this isn't just trash talk. It's a deliberate dismissal designed to cut deeper than any normal response.
To be the Terence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather level of boxing, I need Josh Kelly, I need Fondura, I need Ortiz. We need names, Boots. None of that tune-up, none of that. If you want to be one of the best, you got to go out there and get it and be the best. Get back in the ring by 2027. Come on. If you really want to be one of them boys, I see he loves to talk. I see that, but you gotta just show us in the ring.
Crawford didn't just laugh. He made it crystal clear he believes he's 10 steps ahead of Boots. 10 steps ahead. And this is the kind of comment that instantly questions Boots' entire rise.
I haven't fought this guy, and when I do fight these guys, or when I do step up, then it's always an excuse. So now I'm at 38 years old, about to be 39, I don't have nothing to prove. I didn't win everything there is to win. You know, I hope that Jaron have half of the career that I had, you know, or surpass me. If he surpassed me, I'm going to be rooting for him. You know, I'm going to be giving him his props. I'm not the type of fighter that, you know, want to see him fail. I want to see him succeed. I want to congratulate him. I want to see him, you know, make it to the Hall of Fame and, you know, congratulate him and things like that, you know. But when you say, oh, he would knock Terence Crawford out, or Terence Crawford dugged him, or Terence Crawford ran, and that's why Terence Crawford retired, it pisses me off sometimes. But
when Crawford says he has nothing to prove, he's basically saying Boots needs him far more than he needs Boots. Ennis is still trying to reach that legendary level. But Crawford, he believes he already showed the boxing world exactly who he is.
Easy, big dog. You got anything in closing? Anything we didn't have?
Nah. Just I'm definitely a fan of boxing. You know, I'm gonna be in Australia. I'm gonna be.
I know you're gonna be over there. Yeah.
I'm gonna be supporting Spence, rooting him on. You know, I just like to support, fighters in his own right. I done been in Boots' locker room supporting him. So it's just crazy how the tables turn. When people get to a certain plateau and they forget about things like that.
We picking Earl? I'm picking
Of course.
Bud has already won world titles across multiple divisions. He's beaten elite fighters. He's built a legacy that most fighters are still desperately chasing. So for him, coming back for a rising star like Boots might not make sense.
But
Boots isn't bothered, not even a little. From his side, Crawford saying he has nothing left to prove just sounds like a safe answer. Bud can laugh online. He can remind everyone of his legacy.
Over the division, we ain't worried about no retired fighters.
Yeah, y'all keep on throwing Terence up. Terence up, he's retired. Leave Terence alone. Let him do what he's supposed to do.
But here's the thing they're not saying out loud. If Crawford truly believes Ennis could never beat him, then Boots wants him to step back into the ring and show it. He's basically saying Crawford can't keep talking about retirement while acting like this fight is already decided.
People sleep on Bud. I don't know why. I mean, he's the only man that's unified 3 divisions. And you don't see guys go from 140.
Boots wants Bud to either prove it in the ring or stop acting like Ennis is beneath him. But according to boxing legends like Shannon Sharp, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, and Joe Johnson, Boots might be moving too fast. Way too fast.
54, basically he jumped 3 divisions. 3. Come on now. But I don't know. I don't know if Bud's like, look, man, I done made money. Now it's time for me to sit back and let.
For these veterans, Crawford still has more than Boots. More experience, more ring IQ, more patience, more timing, and more ways to win a fight. Boots may be younger, stronger, and incredibly exciting to watch. But Bud has already proven himself at the highest level against elite fighters.
Division unified champ. Let that sink in.
That's why they weren't ready to say Boots beats Crawford. In their eyes, Bud is still the best fighter in the world. He sees mistakes before they happen. He adjusts better than almost anyone in boxing, and he knows how to punish a fighter who gets too comfortable. So while Boots is dangerous, they still believe Crawford is on another level right now.
A.
That's A+ versus A. I like that.
Tears just a little too much and will catch him.
Yeah.
And Buzz Boots. And
yeah.
I think that'll. I think Terence stops him.
It's such a special fight because you got 2 alpha males in the ring that are true alpha males. You know what I mean? I was an alpha male until I got in the ring with that dude.
Coming up, we're getting to the part that has people absolutely losing it online, because the asterisk reason Crawford might never take this fight is all about the money. And it's worse than you think. Rick Glazer, a respected boxing insider, brought the conversation back to reality.
The more he wasn't allowing me to do he wasn't.
Rick tweeted this word for word. For those dreaming about a Boots Ennis versus Terence Crawford fight, besides Bud has said he's retired, who's going to pay Crawford the kind of money to destroy Ennis. That Crawford could make for just as easy Canelo rematch, which would pay way north of 50 mil. Think about that. $50 million.
I don't know, because that dude hit me with a right hand in the sparring.
That kind of money changes the entire conversation. Vinny's Corner also tweeted, and GL Bud Crawford stops Boots Ennis. He all better stop calling for that man. These reactions show how some people are reading the situation. They aren't denying that Ennis is talented, dangerous, and strong, but they also believe Crawford is a completely different level of fighter.
Crawford makes it official, rejects the notion that he could come out of retirement to face Jaron Boots Ennis, stating he really has nothing to prove. Wishes Boots Ennis well on his journey, but he ain't coming out a retire.
From their view, Bud's timing, patience, counters, defense, and ability to adjust would simply be too much for Boots. So while Boots' side sees the Crawford call out as confidence, Vinny's Corner sees it as a dangerous mistake. He's basically warning fans to stop pushing Ennis toward a fight where Crawford could expose every flaw and end the hype fast.
There's a lot of times where Crawford, he's very passive aggressive. Like, you could tell he got this far in his career being a competitor and being very competitive, not wanting to lose, because you would hear that message and you would be like, all right, he's showing mad love to the youngin, to Jaron Boots Ennis, who actually, he just turned like 29, I believe. He had a birthday. But you hear that and you're like, all right, Crawford was being cool. But then you look at his social media last night and he had like a snarky type of tweet that everybody knows was pretty much sneak dissing Jaron Boots Ennis. Like, I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna just keep it to myself. So Crawford is a competitor, and I noticed that he does a lot of passive aggressive stuff, where yesterday night after the fight, you're kind of like alluding to, insinuating, and subliminally getting at Boots. But now you're like, I wish him well. People are all, you know, you're being the bigger person. And then also in the same interview, he said this, play the clip.
I don't worry about coming back to prove anything, because me coming back and proving something to...
Lou DiBella gave one of the most balanced takes. He tweeted, right now, Bud Crawford unretires and he beats Boots. Just saying age and inactivity help no one. So if Bud wants to make that point up to him, if he stays retired, he should do it now. Boots will not get worse and hasn't hit his prime. DiBella didn't bury Boots. He actually gave Ennis credit for an exciting performance and admitted that his offense grabbed people's attention.
Boots Ennis to that. Jaron Boots Ennis has now put himself, I think, into the pound-for-pound conversation. Like, without a doubt for me, he's now in the top 10 pound for pound, and I need to think very quickly about what number he sits at. Because yesterday, he beat an unbeaten champion and stopped him. I repeat myself, he beat an unbeaten champion and stopped him. Didn't go to points, wasn't controversial, beat him up. And I don't say that lightly, because Xander Zayas threw back. There was a time in that fight, I think it was round 3, where Xander Zayas started throwing back, and I even was on my Instagram story, and I was like, okay, we have a fight. Because the crowd started to get into it. It was the first time in a long time. I feel like we've seen Boots hurt, never really shaken, but you see Boots get connected, but Boots kind of took a back seat, like, okay, this guy's starting to land on me, and I was like, okay, this is it. Boots, though, is almost a bit, I'm trying to think of the fighter, Nigel Benn-esque for our UK viewers. When you hit him, he wants to hit you back. Almost a bit like a child in the playground. Like, there is no, okay, you're hitting me, I'm going to go on the defense and run away. No, fire with fire. And that was almost Xander Zayas' undoing, because Boots just hits too hard, he's too strong, he's too fast, and ultimately he's just too good. He's too good. That was...
Lou also made the point that Crawford and his trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, probably saw the same openings everyone else saw. So Lou's message was simple. Right now, he believes Crawford beats Boots. But the longer Bud waits, the more dangerous that fight becomes. Because Ennis is still young, still improving, and not even fully in his prime yet. Then you have the extreme views. Boxing Massacre said, Terence Crawford is an OG savage. Boots is overrated. Bud would have ended his career. That fraud Jaron Ennis should never mention Bud name in his life. This shows how strong the Crawford side of the argument has become. For some fans, Boots stopping Xander Zayas was not enough to prove he's ready for Bud. They looked at the same fight and saw flaws, defensive openings, and moments where Ennis got hit clean. So while Boots fans saw the win as a statement, Boxing Massacre saw it as a warning. In his view, Crawford is too smart, too experienced, and too sharp for those mistakes. That's why he believes Boots should stop calling Bud's name before that matchup damages his hype completely. But not everyone agrees. According to Ray Jackson, Boots Ennis will beat TF out of Crawford. That reaction pushed back against all the fans and analysts saying Bud would expose Ennis. Ray clearly does not see Boots as an easy fight for Crawford. From his side, Boots has the size, speed, youth, power, and confidence to give Bud real problems. He believes Ennis is not just calling Crawford's name for attention. He believes Boots can actually beat him. That's why Ray's take matters. Some see Crawford as too smart and experienced, but Ray sees Boots as the younger, stronger fighter who is still getting better and could make Crawford look old fast. Then Terence Crawford finally reacted to the Boots Ennis conversation, and he did it with one short line that made fans read between the lines. Crawford said, "I'm going to keep my comments to myself, but you all get it, I hope." That reaction did not sound like praise, not at all. It sounded like Crawford saw something in Boots' performance that he did not want to fully say out loud. Boots got the win, yes, but he also gave people moments to question. He got touched. He got a little comfortable, and he showed openings that a fighter like Crawford would notice right away. So when Bud said he would keep his comments to himself, the message felt louder than a long breakdown. He was basically letting fans come to their own conclusion. Boots may be dangerous, but Crawford looked at that fight like a veteran who believes he already sees the flaws. Shawn Porter, a man who has actually been in the ring with Bud, gave his view. Shawn knows Boots is gifted. He sees the speed, the size, the switch hitting, and the offensive creativity. But when Crawford's name comes up, Porter understands there is a different level of problem. Bud isn't just skilled, he is patient, mean, smart, and he makes reads while the fight is happening. Shawn has felt that himself. So his respect for Crawford is not based on hype. It comes from experience. That is why Porter would not rush to say Boots beats him. Boots may be younger and more explosive, but Crawford has already shown he can adjust, break rhythm, and take away what a fighter does best. Against someone like Bud, one mistake can turn into an entire fight slipping away. According to Boxing Ego, Crawford is not coming back from retirement for Boots. And the reason is simple. Bud does not need that fight the same way Boots needs it. Ennis is the one chasing the legacy name. Ennis is the one trying to prove he belongs with the best fighters in the sport. But Crawford has already built his resume, already won the biggest fights, and already reached a level where he can choose what makes sense for him. That's why Boxing Ego's point hits hard. Fans may want Bud versus Boots. Boots may keep calling his name. But Crawford is not in a position where he has to answer every young fighter trying to use his name. If Bud comes back, it has to be for something huge. Either massive money or a legacy fight that truly motivates him. Adeladifo gave one of the strongest reactions to Boots Ennis' win, pushing the praise even further. He said that Jaron Boots Ennis has now put himself into the pound-for-pound conversation. That reaction shows how big this win was for Boots. Ade wasn't just praising him for looking good. He was saying the level of the opponent matters. Xander Zayas came in unbeaten, confident, and holding a championship-level reputation. But Boots didn't just edge him. He broke him down and stopped him. That is why Ade believes Boots belongs in the pound-for-pound conversation now. A win like that changes perception. It takes a fighter from being called talented to being treated like one of the best in the sport. But here's what nobody's saying yet. What if Crawford's silence isn't just about money? What if it's not just about seeing flaws? This is about psychological warfare, pure and simple. Crawford is a master strategist. He controls the narrative. He baits other fighters. He makes them chase him. This isn't just avoiding a fight. It is making Boots Ennis prove his worth. It is forcing Boots to jump through hoops. This strategy works every single time. It drives fans absolutely wild. Some fans see it as smart. Other fans call it pure cowardice. The division is clear. You are either with Bud or you are with Boots. There is no middle ground here. This fuels the tribal identity. It creates an us versus them mentality. Boots Crawford is playing a dangerous game. He is calling out a legend. He knows the stakes. But is he truly confident, or is he forcing Crawford's hand? This isn't just about winning a fight. It is about a moral victory. If Crawford keeps silent, Boots still wins. He elevates his own name. He puts pressure on the champ. He makes fans demand the fight. This is genius marketing, or it is a reckless move. The boxing world is split. Some believe Boots truly wants it. Others think he just wants the spotlight. He is gambling his reputation. It could pay off huge, or it could backfire completely. This element of surprise is key. 5 blank lines. Boots camp knows something. They have seen Crawford's recent performances. They see a fighter who is getting older, a fighter who has been through wars. They believe Bud is slowing down, even slightly. They are banking on it. They are trying to catch him before time catches him first. This is the unwritten rule of boxing. Catch a legend at the right time. Catch them when they are vulnerable. This is not disrespect. It is strategy. It is the fighter's mentality. It is a calculated risk. And it absolutely infuriates Crawford fans. They see it as an insult. They demand respect for their king. 5 blank lines. But here is the outrage. Is Crawford really retired? Or is he just using the word? He is using retirement as leverage. He is driving up his price. He is making promoters sweat. He wants $50 million. He knows his worth. He also knows the demand for a Canelo rematch, the demand for a truly massive payday. Is this fair to the fans, the ones who want to see him fight Boots? Or is this just smart business? Is he prioritizing money over legacy? Many fans are absolutely furious. They feel robbed of a great fight. They feel like money always wins. 5 blank lines. This isn't just Crawford's decision. This involves his entire team. Bomac, his trainer, is always in his corner. Bomac protects his fighter. He manages the risks. He weighs the rewards. He knows what a fight with Boots means. It is high risk. It is low reward. For Bud's current standing, for his astronomical asking price. So Bomac's silence is strategic. He is guiding Crawford. He is protecting his investment. He is ensuring maximum profit. This is not about fear. It is about financial intelligence. This perspective often surprises casual fans. They just want the spectacle. 5 blank lines. Let's talk about the real elephant in the room. The promoters, who benefits from this drama, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, Oscar de la Hoya, they thrive on this. The social media back and forth, the fan debates, the outrage, this creates hype. It builds anticipation. Even if the fight never happens, this still sells future fights. It keeps names relevant. It keeps boxing in the news. They are orchestrating this. They are pulling strings. You are part of their game. You are reacting exactly how they want. This tribal identity serves them. It makes you pick a side. 5 blank lines. Think about the unbeaten record. Boots Ennis still has it. Crawford once had one too, until he fought Errol Spence. Now he wants to protect his new reign. He wants to protect his status. He wants to protect his legacy, losing to a young lion for a fraction of his worth. That would tarnish everything. That would be devastating. That is why Crawford is so careful. He is not just fighting Boots. He is fighting time. He is fighting the hungry youth. He is fighting the critics. And he is fighting for his place in history. This is pure survival instinct. 5 blank lines. What about Boots' actual performance? The Zayas fight. Crawford saw things. He saw Zayas land clean. He saw Boots get comfortable. He saw a slight moment of sloppiness. Zayas hit Boots with a good right hand. He landed a quick jab. He even made Boots back up for a split second. These are microscopic details, but to a master like Bud, they are glaring opportunities. They are weaknesses to exploit. He isn't dismissing Boots' power. He is dissecting his defense. This analytical view often surprises fans. They focus on the knockout. Crawford focuses on the gaps. 5 blank lines. This isn't just a battle of fists. It is a battle of generation, the old guard versus the new. Crawford represents the peak, the established legend. Boots represents the future, the relentless challenger. This dynamic creates tension, it creates drama, it creates a viral sensation. Every single comment, every single tweet. It adds fuel to the fire, it makes you choose. Are you for experience or are you for youth? This tribal split is powerful, it makes you emotionally invested. And that is exactly what makes boxing great. 5 blank lines. So if Crawford won't fight Boots, who should Boots fight next? This is the million-dollar question. Should he chase another welterweight? Should he move up to 154 pounds? The boxing world is watching. Boots needs a big name. He needs to keep his momentum. He needs to show he is truly elite. A fight with Amantas Stanionis, maybe Cody Crowley, or even moving up for Tim Teixeira. These names keep him relevant. They keep the pressure on Crawford. They show he is serious. They show he is not waiting around. This strategy keeps the open loop going. 5 blank lines. Crawford's "I'll keep my comments to myself" line was brilliant. It sparked outrage. It caused surprise. It solidified tribal identity. It made you wonder, what did he really see? What did he not want to say? It gave him power. It gave him control. He didn't have to explain. He let your imagination run wild. He let you create the narrative. He let you decide. Was it fear? Was it disdain? Was it pure genius? The ambiguity is intentional. It keeps him above the fray. It keeps Boots chasing shadows. 5 blank lines. This is where the money angle gets even darker. What if Crawford is being advised to never fight Boots? Not because Boots is too good, but because the payout simply isn't there. It is a lose-lose situation, low money for high risk. Why take that gamble when you can wait for Canelo or a massive Saudi Arabia fight? This is the shocking truth. Boxing is a business first. Legacy is often second. This perspective enrages purists. They believe in the sport. They believe in the best fighting the best. But that ideal often clashes with financial reality. 5 blank lines. So here's what we know now. Crawford isn't just laughing off Boots' challenge. He sees defensive openings, and more importantly, he knows there's far bigger money elsewhere. And that brings us back to Crawford saying he was 10 steps ahead, because now you can see exactly why that mattered. It's not just arrogance, it's a veteran assessing a threat and the financial incentive. This isn't just about a potential boxing match. This is about the intricate dance between legacy, a rising star, and the cold, hard business of fighting at the highest level. And honestly, I think Crawford's silence is the loudest statement he could make, proving he's playing chess while others are playing checkers. So here's what I want you to tell me in the comments. Does Crawford's silence prove he's avoiding Boots, or simply that he's too smart to take a low payout risk right now? If this breakdown gave you the real story, hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that notification bell, because this situation is developing and I'll have the next update as soon as it drops. I'll see you in the next one. So here's what we know now. Crawford isn't just laughing off Boots' challenge. He sees defensive openings, and more importantly, he knows there's far bigger money elsewhere. And that brings us back to Crawford saying he was 10 steps ahead, because now you can see exactly why that mattered. It's not just arrogance, it's a veteran assessing a threat and the financial incentive. This isn't just about a potential boxing match. This is about the intricate dance between legacy, a rising star, and the cold, hard business of fighting at the highest level. And honestly, I think Crawford's silence is the loudest statement he could make, proving he's playing chess while others are playing checkers. So here's what I want you to tell me in the comments. Does Crawford's silence prove he's avoiding Boots, or simply that he's too smart to take a low payout risk right now? If this breakdown gave you the real story, hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that notification bell, because this situation is developing and I'll have the next update as soon as it drops. I'll see you in the next one.